Hello everybody, welcome you to the California Speedway for race number 5 of the 2015 NASCAR Spring Up Series season. We're live here from Fontana, California for today's Auto Club 400. On the front row we have two former series champions leading us down to the green flag. The number 2 of Brian Keselowski will start on the pole alongside his E41 of Kurt Busch. Down below of your screen you will see the starting grid for today's race. Rolling across your screen, that is where you're going to see where your favorite driver is going to be starting. Row 2, we have the number 11 of Denny Hamlin in that FedEx Toyota, alongside his last year runner-up here, Kyle Larson. Matt Kenseth and Austin Dillon will be on row 3, with Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Clint Bowyer, and Greg Biffle. They make up your top 10. Coming into this race, Ryan Newman is your point leader. And also, in qualifying, Landon Castle did make the race, but because of the 42 car limit, and Castle was 43rd in qualifying, Landon is the guy who will not be racing, but will be credited with running this race. That is pretty much all the pre-race news. Keselowski and Kurt Busch, you make up your front row. Let's take it down to the green flag. Alrighty, we will have a 5-lap shootout. 5 laps remaining here at California. So far we've seen 3 cautions today. Right now we have 37 cars remaining on track. Casey Kane, who must have came down pit road at the last second, he will restart in 37th. His teammate is your leader Jeff Gordon, but remember, Gordon, Hamlin, Harvick, Allmendinger, and Kyle Busch stayed out on lap number 3 when everybody else came down pit road. So if they have to pick, Clint Bowyer could be in the Catsburg seat right now. He sits second. Hamlin, Harvick, and Kenseth. Allmendinger, Stewart, McMurray, Busch, and Biffle. Then Eric Almirola, Austin Dillon, Paul Menard, Kyle Larson, Dale Jr., Justin Allgaier, Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, Casey Mears, and Michael Annett. David Gilliland, Trevor Bayne, David Reagan, Brian Scott, Sam Hornish, Jimmy Johnson, Jed Burton, JoJo Yaley, Cole Witt, and Reed Sorensen. Then Moffitt, Kurt Busch, Patrick, Newman, DiBenedetto, Gahn, and Kane. Stenhouse will finish 38th in the 17 car, but 5 to go. Can anybody get around the 24? Does Bowyer have anything to get around the 24 Gordon? Hamlin went high, opens up the door for the 4th Kevin Harvick to get to the inside. And here comes the 15 of Clint Bowyer to the inside for the race lead. Remembering the Daytona 500, Bowyer's teammate Brian Vickers won the race at Daytona. They stay side by side. Hamlin clears Harvick. Now he sets his sights in the top 2, who race side by side for the lead. Hamlin drives to the outside of the 15 of Bowyer. Does he get any momentum to help him get around the second place car? They come in on turn number 4. Hamlin looks like he will job by the 15 of Bowyer. Now Harvick goes to the outside of Clint Bowyer for 3rd place. And Tony Stewart up inside the top 5. 3 to go. Hamlin back up into 2nd. Greg Biffle makes his way down pit road. This is problems with the 16 of Greg Biffle. Is fuel going to be an issue? And was this a scheduled pit stop for the 16? He begins to get serviced. Kevin Harvick's dropped outside the top 5, but looks he's joined the top 5. Jamie McMurray in this number 1 car. Started, I believe, 26 or 28 today. Right now he's trying to get 4th away from Tony Stewart in the 14. And Bowyer jogs back around the 11 of Hamlin. Last week at Phoenix, Casey Kane was the first Hendrick driver to get a win this season. Can Jeff Gordon do it today at California? Bowyer sits 2nd now, in front of Hamlin, who's 3rd. McMurray jogs by to get 4th away from Stewart. Harvick now trying to get back up inside the top 5. Matt Kenseth is 7th. Allmendinger 8th. Dillon and Kyle Busch. So it looks like all of those 5 drivers who stayed out earlier in the race from pit stops could be getting top 10 finishes. Just depends if things stay the same. Now McMurray works on the back bumper of Denny Hamlin, so this 1 car is getting very fast at the end of the race, but is it too late to get a win? And Biffle right now is 37th, 1 lap down. Not a good day for Rouse Fenway as Stenhouse is out the race. Biffle's a lap down and Trevor Bayne is somewhere. Paul Menard's off pace in the 27. So a lot of things going on down the back. Surely looks like Trevor Bayne could be out of fuel. Or could be sputtering on fuel. Sam Hornish is slow. And there's the 27, Paul Menard, who was running 12th at the time. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for the 24, Jeff Gordon. McMurray on the inside of Denny Hamlin. He looks like he'll clear Denny off turn 2, but Denny's going to fight back on the outside. And Menard makes his way down pit road. A tough, disappointing run for the 27 of Menard. McMurray on the inside of Hamlin. Can he get him off turn number 4 and get a podium finish? As the field makes their way out of turn number 4, Hendrick Motorsports will go 2 in a row. Jeff Gordon wins the Auto Club 400 here at California. And Clint Boyer will be getting his best finish in a long time in the NASCAR Spring Up Series. He will finish 2nd today. Denny Hamlin 3rd, and McMurray and Tony Stewart getting a great top 5 finish in that 14 car. A well-needed run for the 15 and the 14. Harvick 6th, Kansas 7th, Allmendinger 8th, Dillon 9th, and Kyle Busch in top 10. And how about Joey Logano able to come back up and get a 12th spot, 12th place finish? Casey King was able to come back up and get a 19th place finish. Michael Annett getting 21st, Jimmy Johnson 23rd, Jeb Burton 26th, Kurt Busch 32nd, and Paul Menard looks like he will come across the line in 37th place in that 27. But the big news of the day is for the 24. Jeff Gordon wins the Auto Club 400. Let's take a look at the official results here. Gordon, Boyer, we already went through pretty much the whole field. Great runs for guys like David Gilliland, another great run for the 38 car, along with his teammate David Reagan, who comes home 22nd, and Cole Witt with a 27th place finish. Michael Annett 21st. Casey Mears, the top 15 finish. Austin Dillon gets a nice top 10 finish. But struggling days for guys like Stenhouse, Vickers, Keselowski, Truex, Biffle, and Menard. Through the 27 may have run out of power or 2 to go. Biffle might have had a flat tire. But Jeff Gordon is your winner here at California. Next week, the NASCAR Spring Up Series and the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series will be heading to Martinsville Speedway, a paperclip, for some short track racing here on March 531. The NASCAR Xfinity Series is off next weekend, but the Truck Series are back and will be ready to go next week at Martinsville. That is our next stop. So that is all here from California. Until next time, congrats to Jeff Gordon on his first win of 2015 of the NASCAR Spring Up Series. Alrighty, we are going back green. We're just about to pass the halfway point in this race. Travel down about 13 to go here at California. Denny Hamlin is your race leader. Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, AJ Allmendinger, and Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer is the first driver with 4 fresh tires and the most gas out of our leaders. Kyle Busch, along with the top 4, stayed out on that first pit stop. Matt Kenseth is 7th, Eric Almirola, Greg Biffle, and Tony Stewart. Casey Kane, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr., Carl Edwards, and Jamie McMurray are top 15. And Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, Michael Annett having a great run, and Casey Mears pick up your top 20. David Reagan, Justin Allgaier, Paul Menard, Brian Scott, and David Gilliland, JJ Yaley, Brett Moffitt, JJ Yaley, Cole Witt, Jeb Burton, Brett Moffitt, and Trevor Bayne. Sam Hornish, Jimmy Johnson, who has no hood, is 32nd. Reed Sorensen, Joey Logano, Ryan Newman, Matt Benedetto, Brendan Gaughan, and Danica Patrick. And Vickers will finish 39th, and Brad Keselowski will finish 40th. They join the 78 in the 7 behind the wall. The green flag comes back out in the air, and Jeff Gordon gets a good jump on Denny Hamlin, and Boyer to the inside of Allmendinger. And then Kenseth now on the outside of his teammate Kyle Busch, Greg Biffle, and Stewart on the inside. They'll move up by the 43 of Almirola. Now Biffle gets to the back bumper of the 18 of Kyle Busch, pushing them down the straightaway, and here comes Gordon to the outside of Denny Hamlin for the race lead. Boyer takes 4th spot away from Allmendinger, and whoa, 3 wide back here. Biffle makes the ball move, and he gets around Almirola. Casey Kane coming up behind him, and Tony Stewart now to the inside of Greg Biffle. Now Boyer working on Kevin Harvick for 3rd place, and Jeff Gordon trying to get around Denny Hamlin for the lead. Gordon drives that 24 car down in there hard and gets around Denny Hamlin, but Denny's fighting back on the outside. And here comes the 15 of Boyer. Allmendinger now trying to get around Kevin Harvick for 4th place. And Kenseth turns Allmendinger in the outside wall, but EG's able to manage to hold on, and he saves that 47 car. He saved that car, and Matt did as well, because Stewart and everybody else behind them were not close enough to make contact with the 47. Boyer drives by Denny Hamlin. Jeff Gordon now is your leader with 10 to go. Right here, Brendan Gaughan, Matt DiBenedetto, Ryan Newman, Danica Patrick, Jimmy Johnson 31st, Cole Witt, JJ Yaley. Ryan Scott finished 2nd in yesterday's Xfinity race. Right now 26. Logano in the 22. Racing a couple of 4 jobbers. Gets around Bain, gets around Hornets, and now trying to get around the 34 Reagan. Allmendinger's in the grass. Kenseth trying to get around that 47, and he goes to the outside. Something happened off turn 4, which sent the 47 again. Almost gets crashed by the 20 of Kenseth. And real quick, we're going to see what happened right here. Kenseth almost turns Allmendinger. This is going to get real tight very quickly here. Boyer now on the inside of Denny Hamlin. It looks like his car starting to fall back now in the late stages of this race. 9 to go, coming to 8 to go. And the question is, does the 5 drivers who stayed out, do they have enough fuel to make it? Caution flag is out once again. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is in the outside wall down in turn 3. So trouble for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 17. Looks like it was a 1-car incident. And the field will be slowed down once again. And the damaged Fastenal Ford sits on pit road. So he got some help from the 41 of Kurt Busch. Here, right inside the top 15 slide, Dylan might push Stenhouse up into Kurt Busch. And Kurt looks like he's going to get right in the left rear corner panel of the 17. And he turns Stenhouse up in the outside wall. Now that's not good though for the 41 of Kurt Busch either, because look at all of the positions the 41 car lost. Okay, we're going to be going back green here, line number 8 of 25. The first 5 drivers stay out of pit road. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, E.G. Allmendinger, and Kyle Busch. The 11 and the 4 pretty much had their track position, but the 24, the 47, and the 18 had to do something to get back up there. Out the race are Martin Truex and Alex Bowman. They will finish 41st and 42nd. And when we were showing the replay, we mentioned something about that 34 of David Reagan. It was announced this morning that that 34 car and David Reagan most likely will be parting ways after this race at California. There's also been rumors going around that David Reagan could be joining a Toyota team beginning in next week's race at Martinsville. We're trying to get. We'll probably learn more of that in this next upcoming week. But Reagan most likely will be in this 34 car for the final time in today's race. Right now, David Reagan is running very well. Right now in 20th spot. Going back down to the green flag, Hamlin, Harvick, and Gordon in top 3. And the green flag waves once again. And I would like to mention also that last week's race at Phoenix, I made a mistake. Jeff Gordon did not win the race at Las Vegas. Although I said that many times in last week's race at Phoenix, it was Brad Keselowski who got the win. I want to make sure I point that out. And Gordon drives by Harvick for 2nd place. Allmendinger getting a run to stay in front of Kyle Busch. Now Keselowski and Stewart trying to drive by Kyle Busch. And he's going to be put in the middle as Boyer makes a move to the inside. Oh man, Stewart turns Keselowski up in the outside wall. The 2 car, your pole center in trouble down in turn 3. And he comes down the track and gets clobbered by the 55 of Brian Vickers. As we had some more trouble as Danica Patrick and Brendan Gaughan, I believe, has had some contact. At the line, Hamlin hangs on to the race lead. Jeff Gordon second, Kevin Harvick, AJ Allmendinger, and Clint Boyer. Then Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Eric Almirola, Greg Biffle, and Tony Stewart fell all the way back to 10th place. And there's all the damage on the 55. Brian Vickers and the 2, Brad Keselowski. I believe something happened to Danica Patrick first before the caution came out with Keselowski and Stewart getting together. And yes, it did. Right here, Danica looks like it's going to get... It's like, oh, no, they all made contact right here. Cole Witt in the 35, Matt DiBenedetto in the 83. That's not Cole Witt, that's Brian Vickers. Looks like Vickers will turn DiBenedetto down into the gun, and Danica Patrick just bounces off, and she gets involved in the 10 car. Well, they all drive away from that. Up here, though, Brad Keselowski trying to get around the... It was the 18 of Kyle Busch at the time. Is going to end up getting turned, entering turn 3 by the 14 of Tony Stewart right here. Looks like just Tony had the outside. Looks like Brad may have came up a little bit, and right there, Vickers just nowhere to go in that 55, and you see all the front end damage on Brian Vickers, and Keselowski not able to drive away either. That was a big break though for Danica Patrick and Brendan Gaughan, who pretty much lost, especially Patrick, who lost the pack. Then we'll take you back to the green flag. Okay, we are going green this time by. It will be a 25 lap race here at California. In yesterday's Xfinity race, it was this guy, Kevin Harvick, who won the race after holding off Nationwide or Xfinity Series regular Brian Scott, who is driving his 33 car here today. Coming out of turn number 4, the 42 cars entering or racing today will make their way out of turn 4 down the front straightaway, and we are underway at California. The NASCAR Spring Up Series race number 5 is underway. And Denny Hamlin got a really good jump, pushing Keselowski down into turn number 1. It's Denny Hamlin, who's almost won this race the last couple of years. Now he's almost going to get turned by his teammate Kenseth. What a real mess we had down here in turn 1. Denny Hamlin almost got turned by his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate Matt Kenseth, and that will allow Keselowski to pull away and get out into the race lead. As they stay 3 wide behind them, Carl Edwards slides up the track, opens up the door for Kyle Larson to get to the inside. 4 wide now. Truex, Kane, Gordon, and Logano. As we stay green for the first lap of the race, Denny Hamlin will drive by Keselowski down in turn 1 and 2, and Hamlin will move to the race lead. And look at some of these suspects out in the front of the field. No surprise to see Hamlin and Keselowski, but look at Tony Stewart and Clint Boyer. Why is this a surprise? They're both talented drivers, but the 15 and the 14 that's had rough seasons to start out 2015. Stewart is around 38th in points. Boyer is around 30th in points. And they will move to 2nd and 3rd behind Denny Hamlin, who's trying to pull away in that FedEx Toyota. And we have a caution on track, and it's back here. Oh man, a big crash back here. Danica Patrick is put in the wall. Sam Hornish is spinning around in the 9 car. And a lot of front end damage on the number 7. That's Alex Bowman. Martin Truex, Truex runs right in the back of Ryan Newman. Martin Truex Jr. looks like he could have been able to continue, but not for long as a 78. Ended up running right in the back of Ryan Newman. And Alex Bowman, his day will come to an end. At the line, Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, and Clint Boyer was your top 3. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out the caution. that involved Alex Bowman and ended up collecting Martin Truex Jr. in that 78. Up here, here's Truex. Looks like he's going to get turned by Sam Hornish in the 9. Two juniors getting together. Oh, no. Oh, the 22 Logano is going to turn Allmendinger down into Martin Truex. And nowhere to go for the 9 Sam Hornish. Allmendinger and Logano drives away. Allgaier gets by. Actually, Logano hits the outside wall. And then right here, nowhere to go for Danica Patrick. Goes right up into the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. And just a big mess down here in turn 1. 34 goes around. That's actually almost got turned around. Was the 34 David Reagan. And we do have some breaking news on that 34 car when we come back from the replay. And there's Martin Truex. He's going to be able to drive away, but must have no steering or something, because he just runs right in the back at a 78. And there's a 32 Reed Sorensen. Makes some contact with a 78, but Reed is able to drive away. We have some pit stops now going on this yellow flag. As they complete their service, we'll take you back to the green flag here from California.